Welcome back to Theresa.is.Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. And if you're new here, welcome. I have an awful garbage mouth where I tend to use fuck as a comma. If you're not into that or weird shit in general, bitch, this is not the place for you. Feel free to exit the video here, no harm, no foul. But I'll remember our time fondly. So this video is actually in collaboration with Spooky Lips and Fat Hips. And if I could fucking fangirl for a second. Okay, let me fangirl. So when I first started YouTube, right, I was desperate to find creators that looked like me or just acted like me or something, because everybody is exactly the same on this platform. Everybody has that sparkly fucking background that's like,
hi guys, like on today's video, we're gonna be doing this.
And I'm like, I can't, fuck you, like go fuck yourself, you're not real. So as I was combing through thousands of fucking people, I kept seeing the same name being recommended, and it was Spooky Lips and Fat Hips. As soon as I heard the name, I was so fucking intrigued because I was like, oh my god, there's a spooky bitch out there that has fat hips just like me.
What the fuck? Like, is this my sister from another mister? I need to find her.
And then I found her and I fucking fell in love with Lacie so hard because she's just adorable. If I could shrink her down and put her in my pocket, I would. That's how much I love Lacie. Lacie is just so awesome. Not only is she super entertaining to watch, but she is completely genuine and sweet, and I enjoy all her videos. I love that she is now a plant mom. That's amazing. It actually inspired me to go buy a fucking cactus, which by the way, this is my son, Prickly Pete. Don't fuck with him because I will kill you. And I also love that Lacie is very true to herself. She doesn't put on a front in front of the camera. It's so refreshing to see people being authentic and truly themselves. So Lacie contacted me and asked if I wanted to do a collab with her, and I got super fucking excited because I was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. What can I do for you?
Do you want me to kill somebody?
But she had this wonderful idea about us talking about our favorite basic bitch palettes, because essentially when you look at me and Lacie, we are just colorful, loud bitches. So I'm excited to just talk about these motherfucking boring ass bitch palettes. You have no idea. So thank you, Lacie, for coming up with this idea and just, you know, being your badass self. And
Can't wait to stalk you one day. I'm so excited.
oh, cute story actually, before I jump into the palettes. We don't have water. They're doing like a major renovation, I guess, to all the hot water or hot water heater. I don't know, whatever. They're just, for the whole week from 10 to 7, we don't have any water. And when I was working from home this week, can I tell you, you know what's terrifying? When you have to go to the bathroom and you don't have water to wash your hands. Nothing is more terrifying than that. The whole time I was praying to God I didn't have to take a shit. Honestly, I was praying to God because I was like, this is gonna be real problematic. I guess I'm gonna live on the toilet and then just wait for the water to come on. Yeah.
Anyway, not just me being bougie.
In any case, let's talk about some
Basic motherfucking bitch palettes.
So I have 7. Now, the funny thing about this is when I was combing through my collection, I was like, fuck bitch, I don't have a lot of basic palettes. Everything I own is color. Everything I own is color. Yeah, I really don't have a lot of neutral palettes, and I think I decluttered a lot of them. It was actually kind of difficult to try to find these in my collection, but I do have some other ones, but I ultimately chose these 7 palettes because I love the fuck out of them, and they're basic ass bitches, but you know what?
These bitches get the fucking job done.
And that's all I want in an eyeshadow palette, don't you? These are in no particular order. I just have them like, you know, over here. You know, like over here. They're over here. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. The first palette that I'm gonna pick back here is, oh, this one. Oh, this bitch is a tried and true. Oh, you dirty girl. I also think I'm coming down with something. I think I have the plague. It's a Natasha Denona mini nude palette, which I'm gonna zoom you right in to show you this little guy. This is a beauty. As you can see, it is well fucking loved. And when I first talked about this palette, I gave it
so much shit.
I was like,
This is like a boring ass fucking palette that nobody really gives a shit about.
and it's true, it really is. It is a boring ass palette. However, this palette is consistent. And actually, this is the palette that made me love Natasha Denona eyeshadows, because every other palette I've had since then or before this, with the exception of like maybe one other palette, has been complete duds, and I believe that this is like a crock of shit. However, bitch got it right with this mini nude palette, and it's simple, it's amazing. When I went to California, this is the palette that I kept going back to because it's just so easy to use. As much as I want to be an extra fucking bitch, sometimes I just want to be an Ann, okay? Ann's my middle name. I just want to be an Ann, a plain old
Ann.
I can achieve that with this and more. I'm really selling this shit. In any case, this is a perfect palette for not only for travel, but good for work, or just good for just overall, you just wanted to throw something quick on your eyes and you don't want to think about it too much. The color combination in this guy is super fucking sweet. The only thing I will say is that one of these guys is a duochrome and I forget every time. The other thing that I love about this palette is the fact that this is so easy to use that you're able to throw this on within a couple of minutes and you have like a really banging eye look. And that's what I love about this palette. It also retails for $25. If you are ever interested in getting like a basic ass Natasha Denona palette, which I feel like that's all she does anyway, I say get this one. This is really all you ever fucking need. This palette is amazing. It's awesome. It should be a staple in everybody's collection. If you have been interested in trying her brand, this is the one that you start with. And just don't buy anything else. The next palette is actually the Nubian by Juvia's Place. This is as basic as it gets. Like, you kind of can't get any more basic than this. And this is actually the first Juvia's Place palette that I bought. And the reason why I purchased this Juvia's Place palette is actually when I first started kind of getting really into makeup, I was on my couch dying. I'm pretty sure from bronchitis or some shit like that. And I fell down a rabbit hole of makeup YouTube. And this is how I started getting into the beauty YouTube hemisphere. I was reading an article, I don't know, some fucking article on either BuzzFeed or something or whatever that said like, oh, this indie eyeshadow brand is awesome. So I was like, I've never heard of this before. So I was like, okay, well, let me Google it. Couldn't really find that much. So I figured, let me see if anyone has a review on it on YouTube. And that's how I found Nikki Tutorials. When I first saw Nikki Tutorials, I was like, you're a big, beautiful girl. I love the fuck out of you. And I feel like she's the only person that kind of really sells me something. And when I first saw her play with these eyeshadows, I fell in love with her completely because I was like, oh my God, you're an adorable little tea crumpet that I want to eat. I love you. Now, I feel like my thoughts kind of have changed because I feel like she's a little bit shady, but anyways, she's definitely the gatekeeper for me getting into this brand, and I thank her for that. Because that's the one thing I will say about Juvia's Place eyeshadows, bitch is consistent as fuck. This was the first eyeshadow palette that I picked up, and this is something that I go back to time and time again because this is just a solid palette. Much like my mini nude palette, this is exactly everything that I need to be and more. I can make a lot of beautiful looks with this palette, and I love how effortless these eyeshadows are. This particular palette is probably one of my favorite Juvia's Place palettes because it's just fucking good. I love it. They're so soft. I love them so much. I wasn't gonna swatch anything, but fuck it. God, I mean, how boring could I possibly fucking be? But you know what though? I'm okay with that. Ugh. So cute. I love this. I mean, seriously, I can't get any more boring than this, but I fucking love it so much. So this, I highly recommend. I think this is about $20, and I feel like this is in everybody's collection, but if you are new to makeup, and if you're looking for like a nice neutral palette from an indie brand, I highly recommend this one. This one is completely awesome. So my next favorite neutral palette is this motherfucker right here. This is my first Pat McGrath palette. I was listing after Pat McGrath, or I believe it was at Mothership 2 or 3, the one that has the green eyeshadow in it. To this day, I still want that palette. Only for that motherfucking green shade. That's it. Literally, that's it. It is such a waste of fucking money. So before I took the plunge of actually purchasing a larger Pat McGrath palette, this is the first one I got. And I got it, honestly, based off the packaging itself, because I thought it was beautiful. This was the color story that spoke to me the most. This is the first palette that I realized, like, oh my God, eyeshadow quality could be like sex. Because I thought that I really loved certain things in my collection until I started trying like the mattes and the shimmers in this. And then I was like,
oh, I'm about to have an orgasm in my eyes. Sign me up, please.
And that's what I love about this palette. So let me throw some little swatches. Oh God, her shimmers, man. Yo, they be fucking smooth as fuck, bitch. As you can see, they're actually way more pigmented than Juvia's Place, but I am going to assure you that Juvia's Place is pretty good. But you can definitely see the quality in this. This retails for about $55, and I believe, in my humble opinion, that this was worth every fucking penny. The packaging, badass looking. It's kind of a little finicky, and it actually makes me not grab for it as much as, say, some other palettes, only because it's like so tucked away. But when I do use it, I'm reminded how fucking amazing it is, and I literally lose my shit every time. I love this palette specifically for work, because I usually do a neutral smoky look that demands attention and screams cunt, and that's why I love this palette. And I always get the most compliments when I'm wearing Pat McGrath eyeshadows. That and Lethal Cosmetics. Those are the two brands that I always will get stopped and asked, what is on your eyes? I love and adore this palette, and I think it's great. You know, I feel like getting a bigger palette, while they are beautiful, they are an investment. So I recommend getting these smaller palettes. Also, I know they were recently on sale at Sephora, which makes me wonder if they're going to be on sale again in the future. Also, you can go to Pat McGrath's website, where I believe she always has like 10% off, or like your first order orders 10% off. I know there are definitely easier paying options through her direct website, but I highly recommend this. People will ask me every now and again, like which Pat McGrath palette to get, and I always recommend getting the smaller ones because this is just like a nice way to kind of introduce yourself into the brand. So highly recommend this guy. You're gonna make fun of me for this. Like I know you're gonna make fun of me for this, and I'm totally well aware. But these things, girl, these are the most boring eyeshadow palettes I own. Like fucking real ass. These are the palettes that scream, my name is Becky. I go to Starbucks and yell at you if I don't have enough foam in my cappuccino. Like that's who I feel like when I wear these palettes. But can I tell you, bitch, these are fucking great. Okay, so they're both from It Cosmetics. They're called the It Girls. I think this is volume 1 and this is volume 2. They come out around the holiday times. I'm ashamed to say that I purchase them and I don't tell anybody about them. Because compared to everything else in my collection, these are so basic, but the formula is
so fuck me up good.
I love this. My particular favorite actually is the volume 1. In these palettes, you actually get 8 eyeshadows, you get kind of 2 bases, and you get this one like ombre blush. Girl, fucking shimmer's back here. They're not the most pigmented out of the bunch, but you know what? These bitches are fucking solid. That was a really shitty swatch, that one. I apologize. Kind of hard when you're fat, you know what I mean? All right, there you go. It's a little bit better. I have to say, no, these are not the most exciting, and this is the blush over here. Are these the best formula I have in my collection? No. But are they solid palettes that will deliver you amazing results every time? Abso-fucking-lutely. So volume 1 is amazing. This last Christmas volume 2 came out, and as you can see, it's just a slightly darker version of the first palette, with the exception of I think there's like more like a blue tone and a gold tone. That's your blue tone. I'm gonna show you the more exciting colors in this guy. Gorgeous. And then this is the blush, the little ombre blush. That's fantastic as well. I love It Cosmetics quality because there's no frills to these eyeshadows. There's nothing super amazing about them. There's nothing that really stands out. All right, think of it this way. You know that pair of jeans that you have that you're like, oh, okay, they're like my period jeans. You know what I mean? They're the jeans that you're like, all right, like I could technically leave the house with this because people don't think that I'm a piece of shit slob that only wears pajama pants. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like those kind of jeans. And they're just like, you know, whatever. You throw them on, you run out of the house, you do your errands, you know, go to court, whatever you gotta do. And then you come back home and then you immediately get back into your hefty trash bag because that's how you feel one with the earth. That's what these eyeshadow palettes are for me. They're just comfortable. I don't have to think about when I'm using it when I am fucking tired, like tired bitch. Like I've only had fucking 3 to 4 hours of sleep and I just want to look like I'm not dead. I use these eyeshadow palettes all the time and I just feel good. I'm just like, all right, cool. This is just your old reliable bitch. I love these 2 palettes. Like I mentioned, they come out around the holiday time. I think they're like $40 a piece. However, if you get them through It Cosmetics website, they usually have some sort of like 20 to 25% off coupon or something, which makes it even worth it that much more. They're just solid little palettes that you don't have to think about when using, and they are so fucking boring that I'm embarrassed to have them in my collection, but I love them. It's kind of like I'm in that weird secret relationship where we meet after 3rd period to make out, but then in front of everybody, like I push them down the stairwell. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about these palettes. Wow. I can't wait for volume 3 so I can buy it in shame. So my next palette is the ABH Soft Glam palette. I love this palette. This is, and actually it's currently what I have on my eyes right now. Mind you, please don't come for me. Like, I'm tired. I'm really fucking tired. I've had this makeup on my face since about 6 o'clock in the morning. Like,
I'm beat, bitch.
So this is actually what I currently have on my eyes today. And I wanted to keep it basic, but also kind of throw in a little pop of yellow in there because, you know, like I'm original. Overall, what I love about this palette is that it is so easy to use and it's fantastic formula. I feel like some ABH eyeshadow palettes are kind of hit or miss sometimes with their formulas. Either they're like really spot on or they're really left field. And this one is just consistent. It's super good. I picked this palette up when I went to BeautyCon. I think this was on sale for 20% off, and I believe Subculture was on sale for 40% off, so that's kind of where I picked up the 2 eyeshadow palettes. At first when this came out, I was kind of like, I don't need it. Whatever. But then all the glowing reviews made me really excited to want to try this. So I was happy that I picked this up on a discount. I definitely think that this is worth its money for the $42 price tag. However, if you can get it on sale, that's even better. This is another one I feel like that is a staple in everybody's collection. It's just a really good boring ass motherfucking neutral palette. I also love that you get this really nice double-sided brush here, which, you know, sometimes I hate the brushes, but lately I've kind of been like fucking with them. And you get like a nice array of shades. Like, I love the shade Sultry.
Bitch. Oof, bitch. bitch, bitch, bitch. I love it.
My biggest critique on this is that I hate these fuzzy fucking palettes because they get so dirty. So like right here, for example, it looks like shit. I hate that about these palettes. Other than that, I think they're perfect, they're wonderful, they're boring, and they're steady. This is a palette that's really good for work. This is definitely a very good bridal palette because I feel like everybody's getting married is like,
I need soft glam. Like, I need soft glam, you know what I mean?
like, just shut up. Ugh, stupid bitches. What I love about this palette is that it's not just like a daytime palette, but it's also a nighttime palette. You're able to kind of achieve like these nice little smoky moments here. And this is very good for if you're getting married, especially if you want that boring ass, basic ass wedding makeup. Hands down, this is one of my favorite ABH palettes. And yeah, I love it. Every time I use it, I'm reminded how amazing it is. And I love that about this palette. So thanks, Mom. Just when we thought we couldn't get any more basic, KKW Beauty. So I purchased this year after my wonderful, beautiful friend here, Tara Lynn, couldn't shut the fuck up about KKW Beauty. So much that I was like,
Okay, bitch, I'm gonna buy it.
and you know what? That bitch was right. Tara does not steer me wrong. Tara's love for KKW Beauty made me want to purchase shit from a Kardashian. Someone that I personally don't give a shit about. I don't subscribe to that fucking family. And here I am buying this bitch's makeup. But I gotta say that this bitch has some solid fucking makeup. Now this is the Classic Beauty palette, which is this little guy right here. I did a review on this. I'll link it up in the corner. I did try a bunch of stuff from KKW Beauty, and this to me I believe was like my #1 standout. Like if you were gonna get anything from the collection, this eyeshadow palette is solid. It's beautiful and they work so goddamn well, and they're so soft and they're pigmented and they're just so fucking pretty, and I just love them. They're just gorgeous. Oh my god, I love your fucking face. This is very good if you want like a no frills kind of makeup look. If you're looking to be basic as fuck, you should look no further. This is for you, bitch. Here. Ooh, that kind of looks like a dupe for the other one. Interesting. The quality on this is really awesome. I've had no issue with this. And this is another palette in my collection. If I don't want to think about something, I will throw this on and have a very beautiful look. A very simple look, but a very beautiful look nonetheless. So I am a huge fan of KKW Beauty. Honestly, if you were going to get anything out of the collection, just get this and the Mario Gloss. Bitch. Bitch. Oh, bitch, fuck me up. Fuck me up good, bitch. Like, it's awesome. I love it. So if I were to call this anything, it'd be like my springtime basic palette. So I actually wound up taking this eyeshadow palette with me when I went to LA, and I was so happy that I did. So between this and actually the mini nude palette, those are the two palettes that I pretty much primarily wore. I also took with me the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette, but I was so terrified of it breaking that I think I used it like maybe a handful of times, but in all reality, I kind of was just going back and forth between this palette as well as my mini nude palette. When I pack for vacation, I pack so many different palettes because I'm like, I'm gonna definitely want like a color moment. And then I'm like, no, I just want to fucking put makeup on my face and get the fuck out of this hotel room and then go on about my day. And I think that's what's so good about these basic ass fucking neutral goddamn palettes. You're able to get a really nice look in half the time that it would take you to make some sort of crazy fucking colorful bullshit nonsense. In terms of being basic, this shit is super basic. I mean, come on, look at the fucking packaging. Like, you cannot get any more basic than this, all right? It's brown on top of brown on top of brown on top of brown. Like, it's so boring, but also like so aesthetically pleasing. Like, I don't know. It's like I'm kind of torn with this because I'm just like, oh, you boring, but then I'm like, oh, you're kind of cool though. Like, you're brown on brown. As much as I think this is boring, a part of me is like, this is kind of cool. I don't know. This, I believe, retails for somewhere in the 40s. If you've been looking to try something from this brand, I highly recommend getting this palette first. I think the other palettes look lovely as well, but honestly, like, this is really all you fucking need. I feel like every other palette since then that has come out from the brand are kind of variations of this, but just not as good. So if you want a solid Kim K look, get this bitch right here. I love it. It's so good. I will say though, Kim K usually has a couple of sales throughout the year, and while I do find that it is fair for the price, if you can get it on sale, get it on sale, because why give those bitches more money when you don't have to? And my last basic palette is the Too Faced Gold Chocolate Bar. Here's the thing now, this is basic in my eyes. I know that there's like a couple pops of color in there, but if you just look past them and you see everything else, I feel like this is like a boring ass palette. There's nothing remarkably beautiful about this palette. Packaging wise, super fucking stunning. I love it. But really story wise though, it's not like this is the most amazing thing that you'll ever see in the world. It's like, she's okay. Like, she's a background character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really pay attention to her. She's definitely like the main girl's friend of the friend of the friend's cousin. There's nothing remarkable about her, but bitch is solid and she gets the job done. In particular, I love the shade Rich Girl. It's so blingy and blinding. Literally just swatch it on top of other fucking things, but can you even see that? Probably not. What am I even doing with myself? And I feel like that's the theme in all of my palettes here, is that I am just a tired bitch. When I wake up sometimes, I don't want to have to think about color combinations or if something's gonna look good or not. These are solid in the sense that you can literally take 2 to 3 eyeshadows, throw them on your eyes, and they look solid every time. And they also look like you actually tried in the mornings, when in reality you probably only use 2 brushes and you're really fucking sloppy with the shimmer. So I mean, like, honestly, it's really not that bad. Now, I picked this palette up when I went to Ipsy Generation Beauty, and this was on sale, and I've heard nothing but good things. So I actually decluttered the chocolate bar palette and the sweet peach palette. I would actually have them right now if I didn't declutter them, and I loved them at the time. But I think after a little bit of trying other eyeshadow formulas, I found that those palettes actually weren't that great. However, I have heard nothing but amazing things about this palette. Like, everybody was sucking this thing's dick, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try it now on a discount. And I'm glad that I did, because this is actually my favorite Too Faced palette, and I don't think I will ever declutter it. That's how much I like it. Because as basic as this fucking is, much like the rest of my little basic ass bitches back here, this is just a solid palette that I don't have to think about. I could just put it on my face and I look wonderful doing it. Also, it smells like chocolate, which is really good because I'm fat. Kind of a win-win in my book. I never actually did a review on this because I think by the time that it came out, it was already out for like over a year at that point. But I'm always so tempted to do a retro review on this, even though I just literally told you I suck this thing's dick. You know what? I'm gonna do a retro review on this because there are some really cool things you could do with this palette. I lie. You can't. It's really like, it's basic. It's not revolutionary. What am I even talking about? God, I need to go to bed. This is the last palette that's going to round out my little bunch here. So actually, if I had to rank them, because I've been watching a lot of Smokey Glows videos where she just ranks stuff and the Libra inside me dies because I don't think I could ever do that, but let's try. Oh, I don't know if I could do that actually. Actually, I don't think I can. I think just the sheer thought of ranking them is making me sick. And that's how you know I'm a Libra. Because I can't even fucking, oh my god, no, I can't do it. Hannah, how do you do this? I don't even know how you do that. I can't. They're all my babies, all my basic babies. I can't do it. All right, I'm not doing it. Should I? Maybe I should. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Oh, fuck me. Keep in mind though, I love all these palettes. I'm gonna say this one's last only because I don't reach for it as much as I do with my other palettes, but still a solid little bitch. Okay, this is not that bad. Ooh, this is really hard. Fuck my ass. Ooh, fuck me up. This is hard. Okay. Oh god, I feel sick doing this. All right. Ooh. Shit. Okay, this is really hard because, fuck. All right. Okay, I'm gonna say this one. I'm not gonna give an explanation because I feel like if I give an explanation, I'm gonna start crying and then I'm gonna be like, but I love them all. I can't do that. Okay. I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna say KKW. KKW is next. Again, not gonna tell you why. This, keep in mind, I feel like all of these are kind of just on par with each other. Like, I definitely feel like this one is definitely like further down the list only because I don't reach for it as much. These two, like, I reach for them as equal. It's just like, I'm just trying to think of like quality and color combinations and all that kind of shit. So in my mind, I'm having a conversation. You're just not privy to it. Shit, I'm a bitch today. All right, so the next one I'm gonna say, oh god, I feel so bad doing this. I feel like such a bougie twat. Okay, I'm gonna say the Pat McGrath one because the reason why I don't reach for this one as much is because the packaging is a little bit bulkier. So that's kind of like the, All right, I kind of want to rearrange what I've already done. Fuck it, all right, fine, no, I'm married to this decision. Okay, that one's gone. So now I'm down to technically 3 palettes left. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna say Soft Glams next because as much as I love this one, I don't use them as much as I use these 2 palettes. Ooh, in all seriousness, these are number 2 on my list because the fact that you have no idea how many times I've used these. If you're interested in actually a review on them, I'll be more than happy to do so. Just let me know. I mean, honestly, you saw the palettes, they're basic as fuck. If you are interested in that, I will totally do it for you guys because I love you and I just want to spoil my little babies. This is definitely number 2 for me, both of them. But if I had to pick between them, I would say number 1 is my favorite and followed by number 2. I'm hoping that number 3 is better than number 2. And then the winner would be this little stupid fucking mini nude palette. This is the thing that I probably use at least once to twice a week. That's how much I love this. There have been weeks where I haven't used any neutral palettes only because like I'm testing makeup, and if I want to get multiple looks at it and like to actually have like a proper wear time, I usually just create something like out of the newer palettes or whatever. I wear them to work and that's kind of like how I judge things. So if I'm not reviewing any sort of eyeshadow palettes that week, this is the kind of the thing that I will wear at least once or twice a week. I guess that's about it. All right, so that was really difficult. Hannah, I don't know how you do it, but I feel sick. Oh God. All right, so with that said, I invite you to go check out Lacie's channel along with this amazing, wonderful video. Let's see if she has the same palettes that I have on her list, because that bitch has millions of palettes and I want to see them all. I want an eyeshadow collection video. I want it. Give it to me now. So go check out her video, tell her I said hi and all that good shit, and yeah, I guess that's about it. On that note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that fucking subscribe button. It's fucking free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Discord. We do a podcast called The Miserable 3 that is kind of in hiatus because we're trying to figure out what to do after Google Hangouts, so stay tuned for that. And come find me on my husband's Twitch channel where I am going to be playing Barbie Girl, living my best motherfucking life. So I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.